What's up, tribe? How y'all doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is gonna be your review of excuse me, Black Ink Crew. Why I can't say it? Black Ink Crew episode 3 of this season, because I don't remember what season it is. This is one of those episodes that doesn't give you a whole lot till like the end. It's a lot of like filler stuff, and it's a lot of like setting up some storylines. So I'm gonna get through some of this real quick, which is good because I was real long-winded on that Chasing Atlanta reunion. But anyway, check it out if y'all ain't seen it. So we start off with Ryan visiting Junior and them having a little conversation. And basically what Ryan is trying to tell Junior is, what Junior is trying to tell Ryan is like, look, I hear where you coming from. I know that place, that non-mag has some shit going on. But word on the street ain't looking good. Word on the street is that you had a mental breakdown and you left your people hanging. Which goes back to what I said in the very first episode. And some of y'all in the comments kind of, were talking about how Ryan did a lot for them. I get it. I'm not going to negate the fact that Ryan helped Charmaine when she got her car repossessed. I'm not going to negate the fact that Ryan looked out for Van when Van was in jail. Like, all of that, I'm not negating any of that. But what I'm saying to you is this. As a businessman, you can't do certain things to your employees. Take all the bullshit out of it. And the biggest problem is that they blended it. And so when Ryan decided he wanted to be boss and not be friend anymore, then everybody ain't know how to act because you changed the rules in the middle of the game. But I already said that. I'm not going to keep going there. I'm not going to say that again. But Junior is telling Ryan, look, you really need to get it together because word on the street got you looking bad. Like, they're not talking about how dysfunctional non-mag was. They talking about how you left the shop and you left your people high and dry with no warning, no nothing. And that's not a good look. So Ryan was just kind of like, I hear what you're saying, but I don't think Ryan really heard what he was saying. I think Ryan heard what he wanted to hear. Anyway. Then we see Ashley and Dawn. So Ashley is letting Dawn know that she talked to old girl and she is not happy and she is taking her kids and going to Texas. And Dawn is like, fuck that. You're not taking my kids. Those my kids. Like, he was real like caveman about that shit. And this is my thing. She can do whatever the fuck she want to do with those kids. Yes, you're the father. She can't not let you see them. Don't get me wrong. When I say she can do whatever she want, I don't mean she can do whatever she want. But if she wants to move to Texas because she feels like that's a better situation for her and a better environment for her, she has a right to do that. What she doesn't have a right to do is to deny you access to your children. And she's not saying that. Like, planes work, all of that. I didn't hear her say anything about you not being able to see your children. He talking about, I'm not going to let you take my kids because I got 2 black men that I'm trying to raise and they going to have so many struggles and they need me in their life. What the fuck, you should have thought about that before you cheated on her ass. Like, I'm sorry, I don't have no sympathy for you, Dawn, in this situation. And I don't never want to see a man away from his kids. But in this case, I don't blame her for saying, I need to get away. Because first of all, she knows that if she stays, eventually she's going to go back to you. I think that's part of it. That she knows that because she's always done it. And you talking about, I'm raising 2 black men. Here's the thing. There are other lessons that you need to teach a black man other than about racism and protecting himself against the cops and all those other things that we know they deal with. How about you need to teach them you need to be teaching them how to treat a woman? And is this the example you want to set for your children? Is this what you want your children to see on how to treat a woman? That not only do you cheat on your wife and you disrespect your wife, but you do it publicly and you embarrass her? Is that the lesson you want to send to your kids? So before you start talking about, oh, well, I'm raising black boys and I need to teach them some things, don't forget there's a whole lesson to be taught, not just one side of that lesson. So anyway, Ashley was like, well, do what you do, but I'm gone. Like, I'm leaving. I'm taking my kids and we're going to Texas. And that's where I know I have a support system. That's where I know I'll feel love. And it is what it is. And she never said she wasn't going to let you see him. You just going to have to go through a little bit more effort to make it work. I have friends who don't live in the same city as their kids and they make it work. They fly in, they fly the kids in, you do what you got to do. You do what you got to do, and you created that situation. And the other thing Don is talking about is, I made one mistake. No, the fuck you didn't make one mistake. You have constantly cheated on this woman and disrespected her. This is just the last in a long line. Did you forget about the baby you lied about having? Did you forget about the strippers and the fact that you cheated before the wedding? Like, you forgot about all that other stuff that she forgave? Like, the shit don't go away, Then we see Danielle, Charmaine, and Terrence. They're doing her bridal registry, and it's just a cute scene, with them, registering. Of course, Terrence is a man, and he don't give a fuck. He don't care about china settings and place settings and champagne flutes. Like, he doesn't care. Men don't, most men don't care about that kind of stuff. But he was there, and once Charmaine showed up, he just sat down and read a magazine while they ran around the store. It was cute. It was just a cute scene. Then we see... Before I go there, let me say this. Something I noticed in this scene. And I don't really follow Charmaine on social media like that. Like, I follow her now, but I didn't follow her before. Did she have some work done, or is she been in the gym? Because she's lost weight. She looks good. And I'm never shaming nobody, because if I had the money, I'd probably give me a little lipo too. But I'm wondering. She looks good. And I told you I like the whole natural vibe she got going. But I don't know if she's like been in the gym working out, or if she had something done. Y'all tell me. If y'all follow her on on social media, and like she been posting pictures in the gym or something like that, y'all let me know. Y'all let me know. But she look good. That's no shade. She look good. I just was wondering. So then we see Van, who's talking about his Chicago Rilla line. Which you see that logo, he wears on a lot of his clothes and everything. And he said it started off as just a little logo brand, and now it's turned into a whole urban wear that he's doing. And he's got like a whole fashion line, and he's doing a big fashion show. And he's like, now that the money from Nine Mag is looking kind of funny, I need to, like, this is not my sole hustle right now, but I'm trying to build it to that, because I don't know what's going on with this Nine Mag money. You know what? You should always have more than one stream of income. That you should never just rely on one thing. But anyway, I actually like some of what I saw, and I'm going to get on the website, and I'm going to get me some stuff. Like, I probably won't get more than maybe a t-shirt, maybe a jacket, but I love that logo, and I love what I'm seeing. Like, it's some real cute stuff. You know what else I'm loving? I ain't seen Van's girlfriend too much. Did they break up? Y'all let me know if they broke up. Did they break up? I'm just saying. Anyway, so Van asked Charmaine to host a fashion show, and of course she's like, I got you. I'm going to do it. So then we see Nicki and Four. We see Nicki and Four at the studio, and Nick, Four is like, I've been sleeping on the couch. She's still mad at me, and his thing was, this is what I've been working for my whole life. I'm not going to pass up this opportunity. I just don't want to do it I don't want to do it alone. So he's like, I'm not going to say no to this, but I want her with me. Like, I don't want to do it without her in my life. And Nicki is like, look, I overreacted. I know I did. I was tripping. But the reason why I overreacted is because I felt like the decision was being made without me. I felt like he was leaving me behind. Like, he was going to go to California without me, and he didn't take me into consideration. And I can understand where she's coming from. You see him blowing up, and you've been there with him in the trenches, and you feel like now he getting a little big. Now you're on the outside looking in instead of being on the inside of the situation. I get it. I got it. And she knows she overreacted, and she apologized. It was funny. It was cute. She set up something with his producer, and she shows up at the studio, and Ford's like, what you doing here? Like, he wasn't mad. He was happy to see her, but he was just like, why you here? And she was like, you're going to find out. And she goes into the booth, and she actually wrote a rap apologizing. Now, Nicki, don't stop doing hair, boo. Because that rapping ain't your game. That's not your thing. But it was cute. It was a cute way to apologize. It was a nice gesture. And she was like, look, I was tripping. I overreacted. I'm sorry I threw the drink in your face. I'm sorry I just, like, flipped out. And, Ford was like, I forgive her. Like, I love her. I forgive her. Like, she be tripping sometimes. She a little crazy, but that's my girl. I love Ford. I love them together. I do love them together, even though Nicki, you crazy as shit. But I love them together, though. She down. One thing is, she down for her man. I say that. She down for her man. Uh, I want to make sure I got it. So then the next thing we see is Ryan ass ain't in that damn hotel suite no more. Ryan in the basement doing tattoos. Now, I don't know how long that hotel suite lasted, but he down in somebody's basement doing tattoos. But anyway, we see him doing a tattoo, and he's talking about Ryan good for trying to come up with a damn metaphor. The lady's getting a tramp stamp covered up. And he was like, you get stuff done, tattoos, you get them done in that moment, you think it's the best thing. People get these tribal tramp stamps and, at the time it was the shit and you thought it was good, but then you in a different place in your life now and you just want to get it covered up. You want to do something new. That's kind of like non-mag now, it was the thing, but now it's time to cover it up and start something new. Don't quit your day job, Ryan. You are not a poet. Like, just let it go. Anyway, so we see Four and Nicki, they're making up, they being all cute and cuddly on the couch and everything. And Don shows up. And he's like, yo, can I come and talk to you? And Four's like, Don is always welcome at my house, but he ain't no drop-by type dude. Like, for him to just show up out of the blue, don't call ahead of time, you just in the neighborhood, I know something's wrong. So Don comes up and they talk. And Don tells him, look, she trying to take my kids from me. And what I like is Four was there for him and listened to him, but Four ain't feed him no bullshit. Like, Four wasn't like, that's fucked up. She can't take your kids. She can't do that. Like, he listened. And Nicki did the same thing. They listened, but they didn't buy into that and, like, say what he wanted them to say, I feel like. They listened and they were like, yo, that's messed up, And he was like, I just, I made a mistake. But it shouldn't cost me my family. And, she lying. The girl is lying and she fucking up my family. Because he's filling them in on what happened. And now the girl is trying to say she pregnant and stuff. And Four was like, you done got another motherfucker pregnant. Like, this nigga just don't know how to stop. Like, he was like, I can't believe you done got... And, Don is like... The thing is, Don don't know if it's his baby or not. Like, because he admits that he slept with her. He's just saying... that it hasn't, that that he hasn't been messing with her for no year, and like she's lying about the circumstances. He's like, I slept with her. That I take full responsibility for. What I still want to know though, Don, is how did that shit get on your Snapchat and who uploaded it? Because the thing about Snapchat is it ain't no accidental hit one button. You have to go through a process to upload shit onto Snapchat. Am I crazy? Like, you gotta videotape it, you gotta, or if it's a save, like, you gotta go through some shit to put it on Snapchat, damn it. So who did it? That's what I want to know. All this other shit, I just want to know how I got on Snapchat. But anyway, so they had that conversation, and Four is like, look, he's like, look, I guess he's like, I really don't know what to tell you other than, you might want to talk to Ashley and see if there's a way that you can make it work here. That's messed up, that you'll be away from your kids. But, especially now you talking about you might have another baby coming. Like, nigga, come on. Four talking about something. I'm glad me and Nicki don't have them kind of problems. I guess he like getting a drink in the face ain't that big of a deal. when you break it down like that, I take a drink in my face. So... then we cut over to Lily. Lily is at the apartment. Cobra is in Houston. And Cobra is like, look, I'm going to Houston to take care of some shit. You call me when Non-Mag is back open. So Cobra, I guess, is not really going to be on the show too much this season. At the end of the day, Cobra probably somewhere making money. You know what I'm saying? She in Texas doing tattoos. She's like, y'all figure this shit out and I'll be back. But Lily has the apartment to herself. So, ding dong. Lily opens the door. Guess who's at the door? Velvet. Y'all remember Velvet, the stripper from last season that was messing with Cobra, but then went to Cabo and showed her ass? Yeah, that Cobra. That Velvet. First of all, can we stop? And I just did it, so I'm going to point the finger at myself first. Can we stop just calling her the stripper? Her name is Velvet. Yes, she dances, and that is her line of work. But let's stop saying it like it's a bad thing. And this stripper this, and this stripper that, and that stripper. Like, she's a bad person because she's a bad person. She's not a bad person because she's a stripper. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's a shady bitch because she's a shady bitch. Not because she's a stripper. There's some really nice people that are strippers. Anyway. So, she shows up at the door and wants Cobra. And Lily's like, Cobra ain't here. And she was like, oh, well, I was really, like, the acting in this scene was really bad. Oh, well, I was really looking for Cobra. Lily was like, well, she not here, and I don't know when she gonna be back. And she was like, what you want? And so she was like, well, what you drinking? Lily was like, tequila and Sprite. And so Lily was, in her confessional, Lily was like, look, whenever she around, there's some drama. So she ran here for a reason. She wants something. Let me see what the fuck she talking about. So Lily lets her come in and they have a drink. Make a long story short, Lily starts giving her the update on what's going on with Nine Mag and where everybody, she's like, so everybody's working on their side hustle. Van got a clothing line. Charmaine's at the radio station. Danielle got engaged. Velvet's like, what you say now? Lily was like, what? What part? She was like, what you say about Danielle? She was like, yeah, Danielle got engaged. She was like, to Terrence? And Lily was like, yes, to Terrence. So come to find out, Velvet and Terrence had a little oral transaction at some point. She says in Cabo that it happened in Cabo, and ever since they've been texting back and forth. Now, that must be one of the episodes that I missed because I ain't remember Terrence being in Cabo, but I could have just very easily have missed that episode. But either way, she said it happened in Cabo, and ever since then, Terrence been on her line. So she didn't say they've been having like a full-fledged affair, but she's just saying that, you know, Terrence been on her line and calling her like, let's hook up, let's do this, let's do that. And that they did have a situation. And so Velvet was like, I just think we need to tell that Danielle needs to. Because Lily was like, look, I ain't trying to get in the middle of nobody else's shit. Like I know Danielle, me and Danielle cool, but we ain't best friends or nothing. So I don't feel like it's really my place to be telling her. Like, I ain't trying to be in the middle of it. And Velvet is like, well, I think she needs to know. And Lily was like, why? Y'all ain't friends? Why are you so concerned about her knowing what's going on with her man? And she was like, well, I mean, she about to marry him. Like, I just think somebody should tell them before she marries this guy. And Lily is like, I don't really see where that's your business, but all right. She was like, well, I just think it's a way you need to do it. Like, if you want to tell her, whatever, but it's just a way you got to do it. Like, you know, y'all know that's going to be some ugly shit. So then we get to, I think the next thing we get to is the what's that thing called? The fashion show. We get to the fashion show and... Oh, I'm sorry. Rewind. Ryan takes Rachel to his new spot. He surprises her with his new spot. He's like, this is going to be the new Nine Mag. And, you know, it's like it's an empty building that needs some work. You know what I mean? Like, you know, and he was showing her his vision, where he's going to do this and where he's going to do that. And he was like, I got room for like 6 artists. I got some people that I've been looking at. He's like, but it's going to be different. You know, it's going to be about business. We're not going to have all the drama. And of course, Rachel's like, yeah, you just need to make sure that you do it right. And you don't basically, you don't do the same bullshit you did before. And Ryan was like, nah, I'm learning from my mistakes. Like, I made those mistakes. I know what not to do. And it's not going to be like that this time. It's going to be about business. And I'm not going to deal with no bullshit this time. Okay. But Rachel don't seem like she all that excited. He was like, so you with me? You with me? She was like, I guess so. So she don't really seem that excited because she was like, well, that was fast. You found something. And Ron was like, well, I can't let you take, like, I'm not going to sit on the couch and let you take care of me. Like, I'm not that dude. But, oh, that's the cat. Sorry, y'all. But, I don't know. Rachel just don't seem like she just don't seem like she with it. But it could just be me. So then we get to the fashion show. The fashion show looked like it went really well. Van's excited. It looks really nice. It's a packed house. Charmaine said that she was going to shout it out on the radio show. She looks cute. Like I said, she has definitely lost some weight. And, you know, however she did it, I don't care. You look good, girl. You look good. She looked like she wearing some bras this season. I can receive that. I can receive that. But then who come walking up in the motherfucking place? That goddamn Velvet. She come up in there, and of course Lily was like, "What the fuck? I just told her, you know, the way that she need to handle this in a certain kind of way." And here she come rolling up in here, and of course VH1, they shady, they panned right on over to Terrence, and he was like, "Oh shit!" Like, he looked guilty. So basically, Velvet let it be known that her and Terrence had something going on, and Terrence been calling her. And Danielle's thing was, are you finished or are you done? This is what I respect about Danielle. I respect the shit out of Danielle because what Danielle said was, I'm not going to let you see me sweat. Go ahead, do what you do, but what I'm not going to do, I'm not going to give you a scene. I'm not going to give you a reaction. But what she said in her confessional was, but when I get this nigga home, he got some explaining to do. Like, I ain't saying I believe him. I'm just saying I'm not going to give you what you want. And they left. She was like, are you ready? Let's go. Respect. Respect, Danielle. That's how you handle it. That's how you handle that type of thing. Then we get to the last little scene of this episode, where here come Snapchat chick, and I don't remember her name, and VH1, y'all shady as shit too, because they had her name and then underneath her name they had Snapchat lady. Y'all was wrong and y'all was shady for that, but thank you, because I don't remember her name either, and it just said Snapchat woman under her name is like Tanisha or something, I don't know. So, of course, Dawn is like, what the fuck? Like, I'm not doing this. You're not going to embarrass me in front of my family and friends. Like, why are you here? You're not going to do that. And she tried to walk up on Dawn. Dawn was ignoring her at first. She was like, oh, so you want to ignore me now? Dawn was like, look, we can go upstairs and talk. Like, I'm not doing this down here in front of everybody. Let's go upstairs. So, they go upstairs to talk. And her little squad is with her. But Dawn's by herself. Well, somewhat by herself. But, like, she got a bunch of her friends there with her and everything. And come to find out, y'all, she was lying, and she admitted that she was lying. The Cash App transaction, he met her because he did a piercing for her. He said he met her in July. He did a piercing for her. That's why her ass paid him that. I mean, that's why. Well, no, that still wouldn't explain why he paid her. I'm tripping. I was tripping. I thought I had solved that mystery. Still don't explain why he sent her money. But okay, maybe it was a refund. I don't know. But he said that he did a piercing for her, that he did sleep with her, but that was in July. He was like, why you telling my wife that we known each other for a year and you know it's only been since July? Now, mind you, it's almost July again, but this show was taped, you know, when it was taped, it hadn't been this long. Then he said, and you told my wife that I paid for an abortion. He was like, you know that's a lie. What, you know that's a lie, right? And she sat there for a minute, right? And then she was like, yeah. So you lied about, and that's like some serious shit. You lied to his wife about how long you've known him, and you lied to his wife about having an abortion now. But one thing is for sure, she is pregnant. That's not a lie. Now, who the daddy is, I don't know. But she pregnant. I predict another paternity test in your future, Dawn. And let's hope the results of this one come out a little different than the last one. But Dawn was like, I never led you on. I never made you no promises. I never made you think this was anything other than what it was. So why are you doing this to me? But that's what happens when you mess with thirsty hoes, Dawn. Like, you can't control what they do with what you give them. You should have known when the shit ended up on Snapchat, however it ended up on Snapchat, that you was dealing with a different type of chick. Anyway, that's where the episode ends. Well, no, that ain't quite where the episode ends. Somebody threw a drink on her, and the cameras cut it. The cameras didn't show us. One, because I don't think that the person who threw the drink was a part of the show. And two, she was pregnant, so I don't think they allowed it. Like, you know, I don't think they let it go. You know, they didn't let nothing really happen because she is pregnant. Like I said, it's clear that she's pregnant. And so, but Don said it was one of his people. Because at first I thought, in the previews, I thought it was Danielle. But it wasn't Danielle. It was just, I think it was one of Don's, you know, family or friends or somebody that they know. It wasn't one of the members of the show. I don't believe, because I feel like they would have let us know that that's who it was. But they cut it. The screen went totally black. And then when it came back up, it was over and everybody was leaving. So that's where the episode ends. Y'all let me know what y'all think in them comments about now that this chick done lied. Does that change how you feel about Ashley's decision to leave? Or it don't, you know, Don's made so many mistakes that one doesn't have anything to do with the other. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Peace.